Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
What?
And tonight we're coming at you with another Gurkha, the Gurkha Grand Reserve in Churchill. I believe it's Louis the 13th cognac it's infused with. It's a beautiful Connecticut wrapper. Very, very fine, minimal veins. Seams are done really well. I have one little stretch mark. Pack is not too firm, but not too spongy either. Gorgeous looking little cigar. Well, I should say little, it's a pretty big cigar. I mean, off the aroma, you can really pick up that sweet cognac. I mean, it's very nice, mixed with a nice rich tobacco. Just wonderful. And off the foot, pretty much the same. That cognac, of course, really overpowers this cigar, so it's just nice. Wyatt?
Yeah, I agree. Beautiful looking stick. These have been sitting at the back of our local cigar shop's humidor for as long as I can remember. So
at least 3 years.
At least 3 years. I mean, they've been aged really, really well. And it just kind of occurred to us today that this is a Gurkha that we haven't reviewed yet. But really looking forward to this cigar. We had that Tarano that was also infused with port and loved that. So I'm hoping this Gurkha will be as good, if not better. But yeah, the aromas, man, off the wrapper, it's just really, really nice, rich, deep tobacco. And then, yeah, off the foot, it's got more of a bite at the foot. You know, it's already pretty potent, but man, at the foot, it just attacks your nostrils. So I'm hoping that this cigar lives up to expectations.
Let's get it cut up.
Man, you can smell that when it's just toasting. Very, very potent cigar. You know, I gotta say, I'm not too thrilled at that first puff. I mean, the cognac is definitely there, but the finish didn't last very long. So I don't know. I have high hopes for the cigar, so I'm sure it'll pick up as we get in. But it wasn't a very impressive start to me. What do you think?
Well, it's very thick smoke. It's very almost creamy. I do appreciate that. The finish is very short. And the cognac, you can pick that cognac up relatively easy. Of course, it's infused, but the tobacco taste, that rich tobacco I smell, isn't really coming out in flavor. It's not that rich, deep tobacco that I'm really, really expecting. Just more of a mild and very, I'd say even as low as medium in body. It's not really pumping out the flavor. But this is the first few puffs, so it definitely could change. But let's get into the first third. Well, welcome back. We're about 10 minutes in. Honestly, I guess I had a little too, like Wyatt had too high of expectations for this cigar. Outside the cognac, and you can definitely pick that up in the flavor profile, there's not much else there. And it's not that the cognac is overpowering everything. It is actually, to me, kind of only on the mild to medium on your taste. I think there's a little bit of mild tobacco running around in there. And I guess I shouldn't have expected that rich, deep tobacco earthiness coming with it, because it is just a Connecticut wrapper, and they tend to be a little bit on the milder side. So, I mean, all in all, it's okay. It's nothing unpleasant about the cigar. I had a little bit more expectations for it. The smoke is very thick. It is, to me, I would dare say creamy. The cognac is very nice. It's not as powerful as I was hoping it would be. It's, I would say, mild to medium in body, and probably around the same in strength. It's not really, there's no wow factor with this cigar. And the way this cigar's presentation in the tube with the wax and everything, it builds a certain expectations, and the cigar so far isn't delivering. Wyatt?
Yeah, I totally agree with Justin. There's just not that wow factor with this cigar. I was expecting more. I mean, I could taste the cognac, but to me that's really it. I mean, there's a little bit of general cigar flavor, there, but it's just not really exciting. I take a puff and I can taste that cognac, but then the finish is kind of gone. And I always drink coffee with my cigars, and it doesn't really pair well. Maybe if we had the cognac, it would taste incredible, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing it with this cigar. So we'll get to the halfway point, but if it's not keeping us interested.
Yeah, for what it is, right now it's not completely worth smoking. I mean, it's decent, but it's definitely not the wow factor. And with Gurkhas, like we've said, it's a bit of a risk. It's hit or miss. They'll have some of the best cigars I've ever had and the worst cigars I've ever had. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get into the second half, or second third. Well, welcome back. We're about halfway on this Gurkha. No flavor changes. Still very mild in body and mild in strength for me. It's still getting that cognac flavored throughout the entire cigar, but it's not really potent. It's there. You can pick it out. It's from the start and the finish. The finish doesn't last very long. There's some mild tobacco as well, but again, it still doesn't have that wow factor that I look for in a cigar. I mean, it's not unpleasant. There's nothing that's keeping me from smoking the whole thing. It's just it's at the end of the evening, and me and Wyatt have mentioned this many times. Smoking a cigar is an experience. It's more than just the cigar. It's the company. It's the it's the drink. It's the whole package. And if one of those things is out of whack, it's just not as enjoyable. And especially when the cigar is out of whack. And not that it's unpleasant. It's just not my taste. It's not what I expected. But we'll see how it goes. Wyatt?
Yeah, I've been kind of racking my brain trying to think of a situation where I'd smoke this cigar, and I really can't think of one. Like Justin said, it's the end of the day here, and it's just an uneventful, pretty uninteresting cigar, and it's not really keeping my attention on it. It's not complex or dynamic. That's really what I want at the end of my day. And the fact that it's such a huge cigar, I would say it's a bad morning cigar. I don't know, maybe if you found a smaller one, like a Robusto, I'm not even sure if they make one that's smaller than this, but if you found one of those, maybe it would be an alright morning cigar. But even then, the tastes are not really something I want in the morning. I wouldn't take this out on the golf course. Even after lunch, I can't think of anything where, this cigar would be perfect for, any given occasion. So.
Well, the way this cigar is packaged with the wax and the tube, it's presented to be like a special occasion, or just a nice Friday night or something where it is going to be the end of your day, or you're celebrating something. It doesn't really meet my expectations for that. It's very disappointing. It's not, and with Gurkha I've said that, and me and Wyatt have both said it, that we'll risk that $10 or whatever for Gurkha, because when they're good, they're really good. But this would be a time, if you see these pass up the private reserve, just not that great. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I don't expect anything to change. I don't really, We've got a couple more of the gold wax or something. The Maduro version one of these coming on order. Maybe that one's different. Maybe not. But, this is just kind of a disappointing cigar. Yeah. Very boring. But we'll get into the final third and see how it goes. If we come back early, it means we're putting it out. So, but we'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. We're into the final third. Not quite the nub point. We're just approaching the band. For me, I mean, there's still quite a bit of cigar left, but it's gotten really hot. It is hot all the way down to right past the band, and the smoke's really hot. It's getting very harsh, and I didn't expect that because there's still quite a bit of cigar left. I still pick up the cognac. Always been mild in body, mild in strength. Bit of mild tobacco, but it's like I said, it's getting a little harsh and hot. It's not worth the fight, in my opinion. The burn started to go bad. It's getting real wonky. I've had to do 2 or 3 touch-ups since the last time it came back. It is, like I said, just not worth it. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's not gonna, it's no beast. So that's a good thing. But it's just not that great of a cigar. Very boring. If I was gonna rate it, I'd give it a 5 because it is smokable and it's not unpleasant. It's just kind of boring for me. But if you like very simple, very mild cigars with a little bit of hint of this cognac in it, I mean, this is right up your alley. For the price, I think in our cigar shop they're $18.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we paid $18 for a cigar that, you know, is kind of meant for a special occasion. I mean, that's what they're packaging it for. Or, you know, good, relaxing evening. And I just didn't feel the cigar delivered. Why?
No, I agree. I mean, there's 2 or 3 cigars you can get for $18 that are much better than this.
Gurkha makes some of
And
those.
Gurkha makes them, yeah. I mean, we've had some excellent Gurkhas. Since doing these reviews, I've had a million different Gurkhas that I really, really like. But this one just isn't one of them. There's just not enough there to really keep me interested in the flavors. I'd agree with the 5. I mean, it's smokable. The tastes aren't insulting. They're not great. I mean, they're present. I mean, the cigar tastes like something, and that's really what keeps it at a 5 instead of going lower for me. But yeah, I can't think of any occasion where I'd really want to smoke this cigar again, or where I'd recommend smoking this cigar. It's not, to me, like a celebratory cigar. If you got something to celebrate, there's other cigars you can get that are much better. But yeah, this last third, it's become really spongy and harsh, and I mean, it's just not worth it to me. Just a kind of a dud from Gurkha.
If you're looking for an infused cigar that's still, you know, still got the flavors of a cigar, I'd recommend the Carlos Torano Reserva Decadencia.
Yeah.
It's infused with port wine. I mean, it's an excellent cigar, and that's what I was really kind of comparing this one to. It just didn't deliver. If you want the more mild, you know, kind of creamy, relaxing cigars that Gurkha makes, that Royal Challenge, and I mean, it's half, not even, it's like a quarter of the price than this. I think it's like $7.50 at the cigar shop that we paid for it.
That's an excellent cigar. It's Connecticut, but one of the best Connecticut's I've
It
ever
is
had.
a wonderful cigar, and you can buy 3 of them for what this one is. So, I mean, there are Gurkhas out there that are really good. This just isn't one of them. But in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, smoke 'em if you got 'em.